Hey there guys, how's it going? Thanks for checking out this video. Today's video is potentially a raid cam video, although if it doesn't go too well, who knows, maybe we'll be doing something else. But I've been informed by one of my viewers that they plan a raid on this tribe that we're looking at here. So a little bit of backstory for those who don't know what's going on. I actually run 4 cluster linked PS4 PvP servers. They're very high XP, actually 50 times XP, 40 times gather rate, 20 times taming and breeding, so a lot is possible. However, another rule that's kind of important, not even a rule, it's actually server enforced, is the maximum amount of players in one tribe is 6 to try and stop mega alpha tribes forming and give smaller tribes a chance. However, even with those settings, as you see here, you are going to get people who are really dedicated, making big bases and really putting in some work. So we're going to have a little look here. This is tribe of Lederhosen. Oh no, this is Lederhosen boys tribe here. This is rag 3 and this is in southwest zone 1. Now I've always known that this area is quite good for an alpha tribe, but having a look at this and the way they've set up, I kind of underestimated it. I didn't really realize that these were so nicely linked. These little platforms up here are so nicely linked, and the only way to get up to them by land is this bridge here. So you've got choke points, and if you know me, you know that I think choke points are the key when it comes to stopping people breaching with land dinos. Obviously through air is something a little bit different, but if these boys are going to get raided, they're going to have to defend this area quite well. I'm presuming that they're going to be bringing a lot of tanks. If the other tribe doesn't come or they get killed quickly, we'll just do a little base showcase here, and then we'll do a base showcase of some other bases that are on the servers. If you do have a good base or you'd like me to check out a raid or whatever, message me on Discord. I might be available, I might not. It just happened to be that today I was available, so I thought I'd check out what's going on here. So let's take a look at Lederhosen's base layout, maybe things we could improve, things that they've done really well. I have to say that I'm not really that impressed with the turret coverage. The turret coverage is very, very average. They've kind of gone for an all-rounder strat instead of making some serious choke points, because what it looks like, I think top right here, actually there might be 2 bases, although I get a feeling this is like the breeding pen. Let's have a little look in here. Yeah, this looks like maybe a breeding pen. Have we got the air conditioners under here? Yeah, so we've got a breeding area here and some dino storage. Then over on this side is where the more important stuff is, the dinos and the dino pen, and it seems like we've got the main base up here, which is going to be quite tricky to raid. There is no land way of getting up there, so there's going to have to be some grappling, some flyers, some dropping some things on there for them to get involved there. And yeah, the first thing I notice is they're not really making the most of these choke points. As you can see here, I mean, you're being stopped by, although they have got a few heavy turrets around, I noticed a few heavy turrets on top there. Getting to this point really isn't going to be too much of a problem. You can easily do this with decent stegos, and they really could have used this choke point here to have a nice turret wall. Even if they'd have put 1 choke point, if you can see, if we go to here, if they'd have had maybe 2 turret towers of 50 turrets on here, I think that still would have given them enough space to continue to have turrets up on the top, at the back there, and also back at the base. I think that would have been more than enough space for the 100 turret limit to count. So I think they've kind of missed a trick there, but then again, 6 people, even on a high gather rate server, it's not easy doing all of this, and they've done an okay job. Looks like they've focused pretty well on the turrets on this base here, although some of them are down. I'm not sure if I can see, no, I can't see how many bullets are in the turrets or anything like that, but there are some heavy turrets around, I noticed. Here you can see covering the crafting station. I've got to say, I quite like this crafting station. It is quite tidy, quite nice. Not a lot of storage here though, considering there are 4 industrial forges. Sorry, there is not a lot of storage. But then again, on my server, you can get industrial forges in some of the more rarer drops. So I guess they're probably not a huge problem to make. Let's have a little look at what kind of dinos they've got. Obviously a nice selection of wyverns, really nice Valentine's Day one there. We've got electric, we've got poison, fire, lightning. Well, lightning is electric obviously, all the ones you could expect. Let's have a look how they're doing for Rexes. Looks like we've got level, you know, almost level 300 Rexes here, so these all look pretty decent. They've got a nice red colour bloodline going on there, which was probably from the Valentine's event, and they do have, they have a Daedon? I don't know, I'm not sure why that's doing the plus thing on there. I thought that was the Daedon symbol. Maybe they've got a Daedon somewhere and I'm not seeing it. So yeah, they've got Rexes, Wyverns. Inside, let's have a look at the flyer situations. Couple of Griffins, not loads. Pteranodons, Argents, they all seem probably to be from the same breed because they're the same colours, and I have got it on times 20 breeding, so it's very easy to breed stuff. Up here, this area, although it is kind of difficult to get to because it's up on a pillar, I guess, it doesn't really have great defences. There's no layering inside. Oh no, there is some layering. It was the other building there wasn't any layering. There's a little bit of layering, although you can see there, not a lot. So if someone's to go breach through that door, oh no, actually, yeah, there's not much layering at all. Yeah, I was right. But there's a lot of vaults here, which is probably going to be their storage. And overall, I think it's a nice setup. I've got to give massive props to the amount of work that they've put into making this happen, but I do definitely see some weak points, and they could have made advantage of these choke points here, which people are going to have to go through if they want to push with land dinos, because you can push from air, but it's a bit more tricky. Like if you were to use a Quetzal to drop things down, people could easily snipe you and so on. So we'll have to see how this goes. Let's just have a little quick look here as well. They've got a couple of Gigas. We're looking at level 257. I'm presuming they are bred because obviously just wild Gigas are going to be pretty rubbish. So no sign of the other guys yet. I believe they're called Pick a Poison. If they don't turn up, then we'll just go have a look at some other bases. But if they do, we're going to tune in and see what happens. Quite a sight here as the convoy moves across the water. Looks like there's a Megalodon there. Hopefully for them it's not going to damage any of their tames, but we see 4 Paruses, a Bronto, presumably this is a beast of Brontos, level 215. Look at that, doesn't that look super cool? They're getting ready, things look a bit ominous. Let's skip over. Well, in a very interesting turn of events, one of the Lederhosen boys has knocked out a Thorny Dragon right next to the base that will soon be attacking them. I don't know if they just haven't noticed. Oh, here he goes. I think this is going to be them noticing. The push is going to have to happen soon. This guy flies up, has a little look. Can see the turrets there probably. Wonder if you can see the horrendous cabling on that box. And I think he's going to maybe go back to warn the tribe. Out comes another Wyvern. For the counter, he's going to try and get a pick, but he shouldn't be able to catch him really. Probably same speed unless one's super heavy. And he is heading back. But I believe that will probably signal the start of the festivities here, guys. So sit back and let's see what unfolds. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. This is actually the first raid cam of my Unchained servers. And it looks like the first push is about to happen. Are we going to see some air coverage? Looks like we've got a Poison there for air coverage. The Giga there for land. And the Parasite and the Bronto for soaking. Which should be absolutely fine for soaking. I think if I was them, I might just take one soaker. But I don't know if they know quite as well as I do how their turret situation is. But this is definitely happening now. The Wyverns are very vulnerable. The Fab Snipers on here aren't too hard to get, even good quality ones, so they could be absolutely torn through if the Lederhosen boys have some good Fab Snipers at the ready. But we'll see. I'm guessing they've gone with poison so they can throw the poison balls at the enemy on the ground while they're trying to defend. But I think we are just about to see a push and the first big real conflict. Oh, you don't want to see this rolling up on your base, do you, boys? You don't want to see this? Here they come. They're going for it. Paris are up first. So they know the route. They're going to have to go through that way. And then they're going to get to the first real choke point. Although I don't think there's many turrets there. The real danger is going to be from the players shooting them. Who knows Some people react in all kinds of different ways when they're defending. Some people try and kill the soakers. Looks like they've got Pteranodon, so they're probably going to be going for the pick. There was a bit of lag there, I think. I'm not sure what happened to that Pteranodon that was going past. I think it went straight back in. They've got the Uti there at the gate. Interesting strat, interesting strat. Whatever they're going to do, they have to start doing it quickly because the soakers are coming. Got the Giga up behind. But a decent setup, a decent setup. Let's see how this works. The Paris of the Bronto, the Giga, and the Terra. And I think there is a Wyvern on the way. What is that down there? That's just the name of the Giga. Thought that was something else. That's just the name of the Giga. So let's have a quick look, see what they're doing in prep. They've got the Gigas ready. Here we go. We are going to see these. To be fair, I think these Gigas just get absolutely destroy stuff. They've got mate boosted, UT boosted Gigas. I think they're going to realise here and they should have bought the 2 Gigas, but I don't think they knew that Lederhosen had 2 good Gigas. Will they change their mind once they see it? Will they pull back? Lederhosen also have some other people. You can see Kebab over there. Looks like they might have everyone on and ready. Oh, and they are ready. They are ready. Oh, the Parasaur has changed its mind. Oh, they've seen 2 Gigas at the door there. Oh, and here comes their Giga. Oh, they've seen the Uti booster. That Giga must be worried. Oh, in all honesty, I'll just get rid of those Dino Gates. They're not helping anyone. And actually, oh, and here comes the Giga. The fight has started, boys. Oh, the Uti boost should mean that these are going to absolutely destroy all of this stuff here. Is something going to get enraged here? I'm keeping an eye on the Gigas to see if... Oh, it's an enraged Giga. That is an enraged Giga. Oh, and that has definitely killed one person. The poison comes in, though. The poison has come in, has done a good job, but hasn't, unfortunately, managed to do anything. And that Giga is going to be done. The Bronto is going to be done. Bit of lag there while it all works itself out, and they have failed the first push here. Oh, and the Quetzal gets caught. Oh, that is not good. The Bronto is now... Oh, the Giga looks like it's now calmed down. They're trying to get it back, but understandably, Lederhosen boys are feeling strong here. They should probably kill that Bronto. It's going to be quite an easy kill for them. Bronto's got nowhere to go, and it's not going anywhere quickly. And really, the only thing I can consider them doing now to pull this around is to either draw Lederhosen over to their fob and try and get some kills, and hopefully get their mate boosted Gigas together. So we do have these mate boosted, UT boosted Gigas, and now Lederhosen will be feeling great about that. Absolutely destroyed them. Really, really impressed they did the UT boost as well. No real chance though. As soon as they saw, I don't know if they even didn't spot the mate boosted Gigas. Yeah, they're happy about that one. These are the same level. They're probably either from the same egg or definitely the same generation. And that is a very, very good look for them. Let's scoot over, see what the plan is now for these boys. Are they going to come out on flyers? That Giga did manage to survive. They do have these Gigas here, but they're not mate boosted. Both high level, but who knows? It depends what kind of boost they have. They've got the Daedon there, which is nice. Do they even have a mate boost on these Gigas at all, or are they all the same? I have to say, guys, do not underestimate mate boost. It can really, really help in raid situations. Now Lederhosen feeling pretty good about this, and a rock elemental's coming down already. It comes down. God, it looks so cool. The rock elemental on its way down. And I think they're gonna just try and deal with this situation sooner rather than later. Now they could have a little bit of help. Oh, here comes the poison. Managed to miss. They might have gas masks. They might not. But yeah, I think they're ready to push already. They're like, come at us, bro. These 2 Gigas. Without these 2 Gigas, that could have gone very differently. But great place from Lederhosen. Very, very organised. You can see some fire breath going off there in the distance. Can't imagine that doing much. I think he's set his own dude on fire. Or they... No, I think the grey and the blue look a little bit similar there. But they must be worried. If I was them, I'd probably focus on getting the Gigas together, because it's going to be the only thing that's going to count these Gigas. But even then, I don't think they will. That Uti buff is going to mean that these are going to be doing extra damage, plus the mate boost is going to mean extra damage. Who knows the imprint? I think this is going to be a washout, guys. So this is looking like attempt number 2. I'm not sure I really like this setup, in all honesty. Although they do have 2 Pteranodon riders, and I think the reason they've gone with that is that Pteranodons are easier to pick with than Wyverns, obviously more maneuverable, and they should be able to avoid stamming out if these are decent level ones. I don't know if I'd go forward with that Parasite yet, because they're not really soaking turrets yet. If anything, I'd probably put the Gigas in front, because otherwise they're just going to come and munch that Parasite. And here you can see time is of the essence when you do things like this, because as we're witnessing right here, they've put some dino gates up. Very, very easy to do on these high gather rate servers. So I've got someone coming in to blow these up, which is annoying. I'm sure these guys have brought plenty of C4, but it is something. Oh, and here comes the Lados and Giga. I wasn't too sure about that. They are going to blow them. I think they could probably get through that gap if they wanted, but now we have mate boosted Gigas with a Uti buff against 2 of their Gigas. Have they bought all 3, or is it just 2? I don't know. There's no mate boost here. I still think Lederhosen are good here. What needs to happen, and can happen, because there's no turrets close, is picks. They need to pick the Gigas or the UT and then push. They can get people off of those, then they're going to be okay. I mean, I guess that's what the plan is with the Poison Wyvern. Here we go. There's the pick attempt. And there is the pick. Is he going to grapple away? I think he grappled away and down. He doesn't look in good shape, though. Is he damaged or slow? But that is what they need to do. They could do with multiple doing that. Here comes the Wyvern. I think it's going to come for the same kind of deal. But yeah, when he did get a pick, well played. Oh, this guy's finding it trickier as well. He's got a good pick. Oh, he could have dropped him into the Gigas then. He's kind of failed with that. And this guy looks like he's going to be able to get away on the sneak with the fast glider. Should have dropped him into the Gigas, but that does mean we've got some unmanned stuff up here now. We've got oh, there was a poison grenade to stop them pushing. But we've got an unmanned Giga. I think that would have been from Lederhosen, that grenade, to stop them pushing up while their Giga was unmanned. Shouldn't take long though, and it looks like we've got a player back on this Giga. And there we go, everything manned again. Which is why I don't think this Poison Wyvern was a good idea. It's okay. And there we go, Raged Giga. Oh, this is rough. This is rough. That's a Raged Giga. That is out of control. Although we have one Giga unmanned there. I'm not sure what's happened there. It's gone off the side. And that is very, very lucky for Pick Your Poison. I'm not sure why the other Giga was unmanned there. But they're pushing, and they're probably going to raise the other one here. Oh, that's got to be. It's a Uti buffed Giga and a mate boosted one. I can see a rage happening here, surely. They got very lucky that their Giga went off the side. They might be able to get that back. Lederhosen really need to kill this Giga. If they can kill this Giga, and it's a little bit stuck, and I think it's raged. It has. Has it raged? I'm pretty sure it did rage. Oh, now it's raged, and this, they're not going to be able to control that, so this is probably going to die here. They might be able to get the other one back, which it looks like they are. Really, they just cannot push until they have the riders picked. In my opinion, obviously, it's great watching from above, telling people what they should have done. Look at this, what's going on here? They're trying to whip him off that Griffin. But really, they should have had everyone on Pteranodons apart from the Gigas and just picked and dropped all their things into the Gigas. It's the only thing I could have seen working. Looks like they might get their Giga away here. This would be impressive if they can. It's very bloody. It's going. Obviously, it's going to have unlimited stamina but not being ridden. Or they should really make an effort to go and kill that Giga, even if they just get their weapons out. Go and dive bomb it, my dude. Now it's back within turret range. We've got someone else coming along here. Long Schlongs shouldn't really be involved. He can't help himself. There is a rule on here that you can't help people during raids or defenses. So at that point, I would just consider that just, you know, who knows, maybe just came over and wanted to get involved with what he saw, but we'll keep an eye on that. There is a rule that you can't help people. Although there's no alliances on here whatsoever, and there's no forcing to attack people, there is a rule that you cannot defend with multiple tribes or attack with multiple tribes. It's meant to be tribe on tribe to make it as fair as possible. Otherwise, there'd be no point in the max tribe size. So crazily, they managed to get that. They've managed to get both Gigas back. That was unreal. An unreal stroke of luck. Number one, that the Giga went off the side, and number two, that they even managed to get this one back. Kind of sloppy from Lederhosen, I'll be honest. They easily could have killed that Giga if they'd have set their mind to it. Maybe jumped off the Giga, shot some fab sniper shots. But obviously, pick your poison didn't come out great there. But I think they will have learned from that. Looks like they've got a chance to regen, unless they get griefed. And we'll see what happens next. Actually, a wild rock elemental there. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's all to play for. Hopefully, they implement what I'm thinking they should do, which is go for a lot more picks. They're not going to beat these Gigas. These Gigas with the buff, they're just not going to beat them. They need to do something else. Okay, so we've got a full Giga push. I don't think this is going to go well. I don't think this is the right strat. Are two of these unmanned, or am I just not seeing the people on them? Oh, I'm not seeing the people on them. It's just a saddle. I don't think it's going to go well. They have got one person picking. I would probably go for a 2, maybe 3 Giga, and then the others picking. But we're going to see here. We're going to see here. If people get picked off, who knows what could happen. This is a really horrendous bridge to be Giga fighting on. But this is what makes this a strong base location. The fact there is this bottleneck, Gigas and the like are going to have to go through here. These guys could push right now and try and tromp this guy as he puts the C4 down, but I don't seem to be challenging. It's not really a wide enough gap. You'd want the whole thing. Even if these Gigas, I don't know, I think you can only really fit 2. If you fit 3 alongside each other, it's going to be really, really tricky to keep them on the path. I mean, ideally, you want to bundle them up into a machine, just make them 1 Mega Giga. That's going to be tough on here. On the opposite side, we can see the UT boost in effect. And this looks like a cool, it does look like a cool standoff. I think Lederhosen right now, guys. If you haven't left a comment on this video already, now's the time. Giga fight, right? Giga fight, Lederhosen, or Giga fight, pick. Those are the 2 guys here. I like that these guys have got a flyer. Ideally, Lederhosen should have a turret tower here. This would completely stop this whole activity. We've got a pick there on his own tribe. He's picking his own tribe, and he's throwing down a narc grenade, and that went off way too high. And there's another one. It's a bit too high still, and it hasn't. Oh, no. Oh, I was going to say it hasn't affected them. No, it hasn't. It's gone off too high, but it's not the worst tactic I've ever seen, and it was a good attempt. God knows I've thrown much worse narc grenades than that in my time. So that nearly worked, and that would have gone along with the whole thing I was saying, that really I think the only way they're going to win this Giga battle is by fighting them unmanned. So I don't know who's going to push first. I think once something gets seriously damaged, for instance, they're not going to like just getting picked apart by these fire arrows. What's the plan? Are they going to stand? Are they going to push? They really need to get rid of these, in my opinion. But does someone have the C4? Who's willing to get off? We've got fab snipers going off here. We've got the Gigas looking up, which is meaning that they can't get sniped off, which is very, very nice. It's crazy, really, when you actually think about the amount of strategy that goes into stuff like this. Even though we all know it normally comes down to, oh, what are we seeing here? What are we seeing here? Now, obviously, I don't think they've spotted this, but we are seeing, oh, if they can pull this off, this would be a great move. Slowly does it. Don't want to run out the stam. But yeah, with all of them, let's see if they're going to back off. They should really have kept like one person on this ramp. Oh, they're all still there. Now they can come up this side. Yep, this is the little ramp here. They should have kept one or two people there to make them think they were still there. These guys may be getting a bit suspicious. We do have a mate boost finally. I don't know if that was there a minute ago and I just didn't notice it, but we do have a mate boost. I think maybe they're getting a bit suspicious. Who knows? Let's have a little look around. There's some shots being fired, so maybe there is someone over here still that they're firing at. They're just firing over in this direction. Yeah, they're trying to fire with that rock elemental. Let's see if we can track the progress of these gigas. Oh, they've gone all the way over here. Well, they really didn't need to do that. They could just come up here, take a left, and then a right, and they'd basically be there. But I guess maybe they're either playing extra safe or they just weren't sure. Sometimes if you're not 100% sure, it's not worth risking it. So I think they're going to come around this way. No, I've lost them. Well, I don't know where they're going. I think they might even be lost. These guys might be lost right now. I think they're trying to flank and they just don't even... Where are they going? I've got no idea what's happening here, guys. Meanwhile, we have a Parasar going up, and it looks like it might be able to soak this. We've got the player behind, ready with a C4. Should be able to get it quite easily, in all honesty. Yeah, it's down already. I think he damaged the wiring or something. The wiring was exposed by the looks of it. Alright, up here, this could be a bit of a Giga massacre if they're not careful. I mean, I liked what they were doing. But they might have screwed this up a little bit. Oh, that's a little bit awkward. They could have blown 2 gates there. It really wouldn't have taken much. Our boy over there with the C4 will probably be coming in. So now they're seeing in here, and I think there's only turrets on the tower up there. Looks like he's going to go run up backwards. And yeah, this might be a bit of a mistake unless the other gigas are coming up. Let's just have a little look. Don't tell me they're still over here by this drop. They are over here by this drop. I mean, they could be getting more stuff out. Snipes from Schlongs is over here. I don't like this. They need to... Alright, he's getting him in the tribe. Okay. We're saying that's okay. Saying that's part of the rules. But things might get a bit messy right now. And they are starting to get in there. There goes the Parasar. Are they going to run someone up behind? They probably will. Starting to kill things. So Parasar backs up now. For some reason, a lot of these turrets aren't shooting. Maybe they're on a certain setting. With just one turret shooting him, he's not going to be worried there. So, are we going to see a player with C4 run up behind to breach? And actually, I mean, if there's only one turret shooting... Oh no, here we go. More turret shooting now. The other ones must just not have been targeting properly. So here we're going to see the death of a few Stegos and so on. This should tell Lederhosen exactly where they are. If Lederhosen can come up here before these guys do that much damage, they should be okay. I think someone's been shot off their Giga there by looks. It looks like 2 people have been shot off their Gigas, which is not good. They're going to need a C4 guy, which this could be coming up. Or they're just whistling it back. Maybe they're just draining now. That's unfortunate. If they'd have been a bit more organised, they could have... I don't know. It looks like he's draining these. I think some of these turrets just aren't seeing the player, and then once they do, they're shooting. But in all honesty, they could breach here. And here come the Gigas. Here, oh, yep, and they're going to be trapped. They're going to be trapped. Here come... Oh, they're walking off the side. It's smart. That is smart. Now, they reduced the full damage of Gigas. I don't know if that's only on PC. But yeah, that's true. They walked off the side. That's good, and that is smart. I don't know what this Parasar is going to do other than try and get out of here. The Uti boosting them on the ramp. And I think... Is that a raged Giga? Surely. That is a raged Giga in the middle there, because that is taking so much damage. And that one is down. That is a lost Giga. We have 3 Gigas making a great escape. Here comes a Wyvern and a Pteranodon, looking probably to zap someone off the back. Giga's getting a bit ambitious. This is a dangerous game. Chasing is a dangerous game with a Giga. They don't have a lot of stamina. They're probably going to get picked off here. A bit early with that pick, unfortunately. Oh no, they're going to get that Parasite though. They are going to get that Parasite. That is a goner. And there she goes. That will be the player killed as well. Now there is 3 Gigas for them to fight. And for those of you who are on these servers and don't have Utis, this is your wake-up call. If they'd have brought a Uti as well, I think this would be a lot more even. They do still have a mate boost on the Gigas, so it'd be interesting where this ends up. So this is looking like a trap, quite literally. We've got a large trap there, but only one. It's off to the side, and they're sitting here on like unmanned Gigas. I'm not sure what's happening here. They've brought the Stego to soak the bullets. But I don't think anyone's going to get caught in that trap. Oh, Stego's trying to soak. No, it's doing alright. It's not hitting the player. It's doing its job. So, are they going to come and do something about that? Not really. Looks like a good Stego as well. 279. Probably got a good saddle. Oh, and the Wyvern gets munched in one. That is unfortunate. This would be a nice time for those... Oh, he's got rocketed off. He got rocketed off. Get absolutely destroyed, lad. This would be a good time for those narc grenades if you've still got them, boys. Bit of a face-off. Oh, they want that Stego. They want that Stego. Oh, they want that Stego, but do they want to fight? Oh, they're both trying to protect the Stego. This is going to be it. It's all going to happen right now, boys. Oh, there's rockets to help with the raging. Oh, they're taking pop shots. Oh, he's off. I think he got rocketed off that Giga. He did get rocketed off that Giga, and they're retreating because of that. That's 2 Gigas unmanned by the looks of it. Oh, and they're going to push. They're going to push because they are unmanned Gigas, and obviously they're going to have a respawn time. Someone coming in for a pick right now. That's very dangerous over a higher level Giga like that. And yep, they need to all bundle up on the same Gigas, get that rage going. And there's the rage. There is the rage from the green Giga. Green Giga is raged, and that is probably going to be gone. And that is one of Lederhosen's original Gigas. All 3 of them on that 1 Giga now. We'll get rid of it. The rage is beautiful. They're bringing it towards them. Oh, that is working in their favor absolutely beautifully. Oh, and that is a Pteranodon down. Went for the pick. Didn't make it. Oh, he's on the floor. He's going to get eaten by the Uti. Utis are quick, my dude. And that green Giga is down. He did manage to get away from the Uti though, which is interesting. Now we've got a much more interesting situation. We've got 3v3. But oh, and he's hit that rocket beautifully. Oh, this one is unmanned as well. I didn't even see that one was unmanned as well. Oh, this is not looking good for Lederhosen at all. And there's the rage. There's the rage on the blue Giga. Blue Giga now raged. All 3 need to get on that one. But one of these Gigas is super low. Can we get a Daedon out here or something? This has been a lot of fighting. I don't know what's hit that to get it so low. I didn't really see anything happen there. Out comes Lederhosen. I don't know if he's going to try and get on this Giga, but this one is raged right now. So this blue one, oh, it just stopped raging. It just stopped raging. They might be able to get the whistle away. But have they even noticed it stopped raging? These 2 Gigas don't seem to be enough to rage. He's got on it. Oh, he's got killed. Oh, it's down. It's down. And now we have a 2-on-2 with 1 Giga going back situation. Pteranodon comes out looking for a pick. They know if they can get a pick. Oh, he got absolutely munched as he went for that pick. That is the dangerous thing. And now we've got a 2-on-2 Giga situation here. Looks like Lederhosen boys are retreating. Although they do have the Uti buff still, they should have the advantage, and those rockets are working a treat. Obviously, that's always a strat. You can rocket people off of the Gigas, and that's what we've seen here, and it has worked well. And that's what it's all about. And oh, the Lederhosen boys are not looking like they're having a lot of fun right now. There's a Pteranodon just randomly on the floor. They need to gather up and probably come back. They probably need to back off. It looks like the Gigas from Pick Your Poison are going back, and that's a smart move. Go back, get them all healed. I don't think there's many Gigas here left now. That was an epic Giga battle, guys. Still shots going off from all round. Fab sniper shots trying to kill people off of Gigas. Pick Your Poison. Avery getting close up now. Trying to get a long neck shot by look. He's probably got a really strong long neck. We do have really good drops on these servers. Going for some fire arrows. Is there a player on there to do something about it? We have a player down on the ground. Snipes decided to get off. Giga being hurt by the fire, but it's probably not too bad. But he decided to run it back. They do still have this terrain on here. That was a great little Giga battle there. So that's going to wrap up this raid cam video. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Just to reiterate for you, if you want to play on these servers, they are PS4 PvP servers, 4 servers in a cluster that you can freely transfer between. All the rules and information is on my Discord, but the long and the short of it is, if you search JX23 under unofficial PC hosted servers, then you will find them. Also, I've got an extinction server on there that you guys can go and join. In terms of Xbox, I've only got a PvE server right now, but again, just search JX23 on unofficial PC hosting on Xbox and you'll find that also. Gonna have a secret word for all of you who have made it to the end of the video. Put the word Giga in your comment and I know you've watched all the way to the end. Super proud of you guys. You guys are the hardcore audience, but don't just say the word Giga, guys. Put it in a sentence. Don't make it obvious. That would be cool. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon.